I am not anti-big law. I am pro optionality. And there's a huge difference between those two things. I'm Kenny Tatum, founder of Bar Advantage Careers. And one of the most common misconceptions people have about me is that I'm somehow against big law, and I'm not. In fact, I think large firms can provide incredible careers. They provide outstanding training and expose lawyers to sophisticated work. They create opportunities that simply don't exist in many other environments. So, if you're someone who loves practicing law in a large firm, that's great. My goal is not to convince you or anyone to leave big law. My goal is to make sure lawyers know about all of their options. I am very familiar with big law life. Before becoming a career advisor, I spent time at four different large firms, one as a summer associate, two as an associate, and one as the director of recruiting. Also, as an assistant dean of career services for law schools, I have helped large firms all over the country recruit law students, and I've visited countless law offices. I've also owned and operated a legal search firm. So over the years, I've had a front row seat to thousands of legal careers. I've seen the good, the bad, and everything in between. I've learned a lot of different things about lawyers and legal careers, and one thing has become very clear to me. While there are many excellent and dedicated lawyers in our profession, very few of them understand how to market themselves outside of the legal profession. That gap is what led me to found Bar Advantage Careers. Throughout my legal career, I kept meeting talented lawyers who felt trapped, not because they lacked opportunities, not because they lacked intelligence or ambition. They felt trapped because they could not see how their skills translated outside of a law firm. I can't tell you how many attorneys I've spoken to at firms who think all firms are alike and their only option is to go in house. These are excellent, well trained attorneys. They know how to write a brief, negotiate a deal, they know how to manage risk, but they don't know how to explain those skills to a healthcare company, a consulting firm, or any type of corporate employer unless they're describing their skills for another attorney position. That's where many lawyers get stuck. Let me say this clearly. Law firms, including big law, works extremely well for some lawyers. Some attorneys genuinely enjoy the work, the pace, the competition, and the culture. Some enjoy developing clients and building a book of business. They want to become partners and are genuinely excited by everything that path requires. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. The legal profession needs great lawyers and we need great law firms. I'm very proud of the law students that I've recruited into law firms who are now successful leaders of those firms. I have friends who are partners at some of the largest firms in the world, and they absolutely love what they do. My advice has never been that lawyers should leave big law. My advice is that lawyers should understand all of their options because law firms are businesses and nothing is promised. Another reason I do what I do is because I want to say out loud what many lawyers already know, but don't always discuss openly. The profession is changing. Law firms are consolidating, clients are bringing more work in house, AI is changing how work gets done, partnership structures are evolving. None of those statements are controversial, and most lawyers already know these things. The question is, what do these changes mean for individual careers? I think many attorneys privately wonder whether the traditional path still makes sense for them in light of some of these changes. Some are asking whether they still want to chase partnership, whether they want more control over their time, and some simply are curious about what else is possible. These are all very reasonable questions, And I think lawyers deserve honest answers. Oh, no, I'm not against big law. And I don't think big law is something you have to survive. What I'm against is career dependency. I'm against the idea that talented lawyers should feel trapped because they don't understand their alternatives. I believe lawyers should stay in big law if it aligns with their goals. I believe lawyers should go in house if they truly believe that's a better fit. I also believe lawyers should at least consider compliance, consulting, higher education, business leadership, and the countless other paths if those opportunities align with the life they want to build. My goal is simple. I want lawyers to make informed choices because a choice is very different from a trap. I'm Kenny Tatum. This is Bar Advantage Careers, and I help lawyers find what's next.